Joe, drag your foot, boy. Look what we got here.